What's this?
Hello, welcome to the Phreak Show. Bumpy McSquigums here. I want to thank you all for joining me as Battle Brothers is fully released, ladies and gentlemen. Finally, I will get to start up my full coverage of Battle Brothers. It released today, a lovely Friday, March 24th, 2017, a day which will live in infamy. It has been a very, very long road for Overhyped Studios. I've been a part of their struggle for quite a while. In fact, I was the first person to reach out to them and the first person to cover them way back even before Steam Early Access. It was quite cool. They gave me my own specific unique build that showcased some more advanced things than what their current demo showcased, which was nice. It was really cool. On top of that, I was the first person to get my hands on the game when it went into Steam Early Access and to do coverage of it in Steam Early Access. We had 7 wonderful, wonderful, glorious seasons in Steam's Early Access, and now it's here. I am the undisputed king of Battle Brothers, topping the charts, getting the most views. It was great. It was really good for me. It was good for them. It was great. They also gave me a banner that I got to show you guys in the sign-up video yesterday. It's good stuff. Now, it's a little unfortunate that there was some things that were talked about that never really came through between us. I was hoping to be a little bit more involved with the end cleanup here with the game releasing. On top of that, my banner, unfortunately, I'm assuming it's some sort of oversight. The file they gave me to put in for the banner to work not only doesn't work, there's just a blank screen where my banner is supposed to be, the game actually will not load. Like, we'll get to this point, we'll get to be able to choose our company and all that stuff, and then it never actually loads into the game with that file. I had to delete the file, which sucks. So everything was perfect and good to go yesterday, and now it's a little bit less perfect, but still, it's fully out, guys and gals. I'm really excited. We're going to hop in, we're going to get started playing soon. I apologize for the somewhat lengthy intro, but it's a bunch of stuff I wanted to say. I know you guys love me for Battle Brothers. I appreciate you guys coming in. I appreciate the folks that signed up to be in the thing. And we're going to go check out some of the cool options that they've added. There's some pretty neat stuff here. So I always go with borderless window. That's the thing. Now, apparently there's a scene scale. I haven't tried that yet, but the UI scale is pretty cool. Be careful when you do this, guys and gals. If you go too big, the apply and the OK and cancel buttons go off the screen, and you can't actually do anything, which is not great. So I'm going to go with 120%. We'll go and apply. So see, it makes it bigger. It should be easier to read and all sorts of stuff like that. I hope it's going to work in the game. I don't know. I haven't actually played at all yet, guys and gals. So we're going to hop in and we're going to get started here. Alright, so I've decided that I am going to go with this as my banner since my actual banner's not there. I'm going to play it like it's Iron Man, but I always have the chance that either my mic will be muted. That's a late problem that I've been having. There's a corrupted file, something along the line. Something will happen that will cause recording not to work the way it's supposed to. So, as opposed to losing footage, I'd rather just be able to reload and have to play through one episode again, as opposed to being like, well, that screwed up. You guys either missed it or I have to start over type thing. I'm going to play on Veteran. I've played on the Expert difficulty in the past. It's pretty tough. I don't want this to be too difficult. I want to still be able to enjoy it. So we're still going to go with the Phreak Show. I'm sad that my banner is no longer there. It does make me a bit sad. Now, I haven't actually done any reading or anything since the Season 7 conclusion, so all the new stuff I don't know anything about. I'm looking forward to seeing it play out before my eyes. So there's going to be a lot of stuff that I simply don't know, despite all my experience with the game, because I wanted to have at least some fresh, new, exciting things that happen when I'm playing, as opposed to knowing everything that's coming. So I don't actually know what any of these end-game scenarios are, the late-game crisis. I have no idea what any of them are. We're going to go with random, let the fates decide. Also, it's pretty cool here. The no crisis mode is essentially putting it back into Steam Early Access, where there was no endgame, and you could just keep playing forever and ever and ever. Get all the best troops, get all the best equipment, named stuff, legendary items, and all that, and just play until forever. I mean, that's it. That's the whole thing. So, pretty cool. Pretty cool. If you like that, you like the sandbox and all that. However, you're going to miss out on a lot of cool stuff, too. So again, if you defeat all the scenarios on the highest difficulty and you start getting bored and you're like, the game ends too quickly, I want more. Well, you have it. That's an option there, and I think that's awesome that they included it. Alright, let's start, let's begin, and let's do some murdering, like this guy right here. Now, I'm hoping it loads this time. I did test to see if it loaded. It only took a few seconds, like right around now is when it would load. There you go. It all went wrong. 2 days ago, the company was hired to track down Hogarth the Weasel and his band of raiders, but it was them who found you first. An ambush. Some joke about horses cut short by an arrow to the throat. Arrows shooting in from everywhere. And nowhere. Men holler and scream, a great volume before death. As the hail subsides, you draw your weapon with the rest of your men, only to collapse to your knees. An arrow has punctured your side. You shout in pain. A harried glance sees the men charge without you to make a valiant last stand. Met in force as steel clashes with steel. You meet eyes with the captain, a last nod before his throat is cut. You are left in command now of what few men remain. Trembling in pain, you lean on your sword, and with all the will you can muster, slowly rise again. To the end! Alright, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. That's the opening story. And we are going to attempt to do some moitering of our crew here. Or with our crew here. He didn't make it either. It's unfortunate. These are the 3 men that remain. And it doesn't look too good. Alright, we will go about renaming folks in the very near future, as soon as we're able to. I have my list off to the side, guys and gals. I want to thank everybody who signed up. I will tell you guys that I did promise Antros a while back that whenever I did officially start Battle Brothers, that I would give him one of the... He says that he wants a javelin, which I am very, 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 very much against. So he's going to end up being a kind of a throwaway character. I mean, maybe he'll exceed and excel and do way better than I think, but he's not going to be given much credit. He's going to be one of the schlebs we bring in down the road. So if you guys are wondering if, how, or where, or why, or when he jumped up the ladder, he was the first person to request this, and I did agree. And then I said, you know what, I can't do that anymore because I plan to do a full sign-up video. Anyway, enough talking. Let's get into doing some murdering. There's a brigand thug right in front of me, 61% chance to hit. This guy's got a 55. We're going to go with the 61, and we actually hit him. I am surprised. I actually am surprised. All right, we're going for the murder, death, kill, 58%. Going to miss. Of course we are. How could we not? All right, he is not feeling too good. Didn't see that coming. All right, so I'm going to shoot you at point blank. And then I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait with you, and we're going to go for a stabby stab with you. And then we're going to move up here. And unfortunately, we're just going to have to end our turn with you. And then we're going to come over here and kaya! We missed. Of course we did. He's going to stab our crossbowman. Crossbowman's like, well, you know, this is not going well. However, I do have a knife, which I will use to stab you in the face. So that does help a bit. And there it is. The other guy decided to run because things were turning quite poorly. So we have the Hound, the Falcon, and the Dog. I like it. I like it. I do like the larger UI. I think it's actually quite nice. I love that they've added that. Alright, the Fangshire helmet is here. We have some bandages and other various things that we got. We will grab up all the loot. And you're alive! You won. The adrenaline fades, and in its wake, you can't help but sink back to the ground. Gritting your teeth, you snap the arrow's shaft. Your chest heaves, pain for breath. Everything blurs. The company has been devastated, cut down to but a few men. And that bastard Hogarth did justice to his name, fleeing like the weasel he is. What now, Captain? A voice says from behind. It's Torsten the Falcon, who sits down beside you, bedding his bloodied axe on his legs. You turn to him to reply, but before you can answer, he continues. Bernard is dead. They slit his throat. He was a good man and a damn good leader. But all it took was one mistake. That makes you the one in charge now, don't it? Ike the dog, I'm just going to call him Ike because why not, joins the two of you, still breathing heavy, then Eggle the hound. Save the ceremony and anointments for another day. Let's give the men a good burial, return to Merewick, sure, to collect our pay. The weasel's men are slain, after all. Besides, Captain, we ought to see to that wound before we lose you, too. Wouldn't want to leave Ike the dog in charge, right? So be it. Alright, and there we are. Return to Merewick to get paid. I'm just going to call these things whatever I want to call them. It's probably like Merewick or something, but we're just going to go with whatever horrible enunciation I go with. And you guys are going to have to accept it and move on. That's one thing that is consistent with all of my playthroughs. is I am quite awful at my job. Oh, look at this. They have, they're dissatisfied. That's cool. I like that. I like that a lot. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to throw the Fangshire helmet on to you, good sir. Mostly because you're awful. No, mostly because you're a frontline guy. You need the extra added awesomeness. We're going to put our crossbow back in our hands. You have a dagger that does 15 to 25. This one does 15 to 35. But I'm probably going to end up selling it. Generally, I don't let people get that close to my folks. We got a light wound. That's okay. Alright, I am looking forward to this. Alright, so we're going to name our folks right now. That was the whole point of all this. Alright, so Eggle the Hound is no longer going to be Eggle the Hound. It's going to be Trenton. Could be Trenton Fox, but it's going to be Trenton the Fox because, of course, it is. Bam, there it is. Thank you, Trenton, for signing up. And then we're going to have our second individual right here. It's not going to be Thorsten or Torsten. It's going to be Axel. And he could be the Falcon, but instead he's going to be the Dark Hero. Sounds very Disgaea 2-esque, which I am totally cool with. And we have Ike the Dog. I am going to put this with Nathaniel the Heathen. Alright, so there we are, ladies and gentlemen. And the next person that we grab that's going to be a Scrubby-Dub-Dub is going to be Antros the Never-Living. And it's going to be fine. Alright, so we have 3. Okay, and yeah, we have quite a few individuals. It's going to work. It's fine. Alright, so with that, let's unpause. And I guess we go back into the town. Oh. I guess we got to figure out where the town is. That would have probably been a good idea. Alright, check it out, guys and gals. This is my first time seeing this. We can move at 2x the speed, which is fantastic. Awesome, awesome, awesome implementation. I love it a whole heck of a lot. Return to Merewick. To Merewick. Merewick, my laddie. It's Irish now all of a sudden. It's fine. And what a sorry display it must be for the onlookers as you arrive in Merewick. 4 bloodied and beaten mercenaries down on their luck. The man who hired the company days ago, Tob Yoren, sure, Yoren of Merewick, no doubt expected you to return in a more glorious fashion. Still, he welcomes you to his house and offers bread and wine while a servant fetches a healer. Few words are exchanged except for the occasional grunt and wheeze as an elderly man with shaky hands tends your wounds. A pin pierces your skin, the first of many stitches to come. You grit your teeth till you think you hear one break. Tobjoran of Merewick sits beside you and asks if you took care of Hogarth. You shake your head. We killed his men, but the weasel eluded our blades in the end. The healer waves around a glowing fire poke, suggesting he wants to push it into your wound. You nod, and he does so. For a moment, that's all there is. You're not a man, but a pinch of fire, flesh and flame, a golem of pain. Tobjorn of Merewick hands you a goblet of wine. You did well, Sellsword. The brigands have been removed, though it is a shame that Hogarth still lives. We expect to get paid for this. Tobjorn of Merewick gasps. Well, naturally, 400 crowns is agreed upon. He gestures toward a servant who rushes to your side with pay in hand. I wonder, may I make use of your services one more time? I'd very much like to end this headache that is Hogarth once and for all. And I would pay you again, of course, another 400 crowns, shall we say. Axel, the Dark Hero, scoffs and turns to drink more wine, but Trenton the Fox stands to speak. Yes, the company is in ruin, but we will rebuild it. Without the Phreak show, Axel the Dark Hero would drink the crowns away and end up begging on the streets. And Nathaniel the Heathen, by the gods, we all know he'd go chasing the womanfolk till one stove his rotted head in. We need the Phreak show. It's all we have. What say you, Captain? Axel the Dark Hero burps, raises his cup to you. Nathaniel the Heathen playfully thumbs his nose and nods. Kill that bastard Hogarth or not, it's up to you, Captain. Yes, we have unfinished business with him. Alright. Tobjorn of Merewick claps his hands in satisfaction. Excellent, my little birds will need some time to find where Hogarth is hiding. His hide now. In the meantime, I suggest you see about stocking up on supplies so that you'll be good and ready to end this when the time comes. I shall see you in a few days' time at the latest. As you leave Tobjorn of Merewick, his house anyway, and stand on the outskirts of Merewick, Trenton the Fox seeks a word with you. We need more men, Captain. I know I gave a big speech back there, but bravado won't do shite. We need more warm bodies in the ranks. Figure we find 3 good men, buy them some decent weapons, and dress them in the best armor we can afford. The man pauses to glance around. I bet this Bodunk town... Shouldn't it be Podunk? It's usually Podunk with a P. Just saying. Anyway, has got a desperate peasant or two looking for a new life. Or we could travel to Adlers Stolen in the east. Them city folk aren't always as hardy as these country folk, or bumpkins, but we're more likely to find men with fighting experience stopping to rest there. That's what we shall do. Alright, and here we are. Here we are. The marketplace. Well, I'm going to sell the knife. We'll come back to that in a minute. Let's see who's for hire here. Alright, we have a monk, we have a fisherman, and we have a fisherman. Well, we're going to hire the monk, and I guess we'll hire a fisherman? Maybe? No, we're not going to hire a fisherman. Alright, we're going to hire the monk. We're going to name the monk. He's not going to be Hartwig. Could be, but he's not. He is going to be Antros, the never-living. If I could spell, it would be good too. Alright, welcome, Antros. You seem in good spirits. You fool. You don't know what's about to happen to you, do you? Alright, so we can't get him a javelin just yet. Actually, we can. Yeah, well, isn't that just terrible? Alright, so we're going to get you a javelin because you're the worst person ever to exist in the history of mankind. I mean that with love and respect, of course. And yeah, I guess that's going to be something that we do. Alright, let's take a look. We have Spearman, we have Javelin Boy. He's just going to use javelins and he's going to punch stuff. That's literally his only job. Use javelins and punch things, and he can have a hood. Alright, how much money do we have left? 1,800. Alright, so they suggested that we travel to another town. Oh boy, where is this place at? Oh, all the way over there? Seriously? Alright, well, let's see what path they make us take here. We can't cross water anymore, or is it just that much slower? We're going to skirt along the edges here. That's okay. Adlers Stolen, that's where we're heading. Or what do you think? It's a Germanic pronunciation, so it'd be something more like Adlers Stolen, something along those lines, I imagine. Alright, along the way, as Adlers Stolen's skyline appears on the horizon, Nathaniel the Heathen seeks a word with you. Never been to Adlers Stolen before, but I've been around ones that look a lot like it. Cities like these are great for selling goods, as all these prissy, pompous pricks love to have their goods delivered. With so many merchants, you can find almost anything you need, too. Keep an eye out for bargains, and don't get swindled by them cutthroat merchants. Axel, the Dark Hero, sees fit to add his own opinion of what you should do. There's a good tavern, I say that's where we should go first. Nothing helps a man down on his luck more than a good pint. God's knows we've earned it. Nathaniel the Heathen shakes his head. You say that every time we stop into town. You say that even when you're already drunk. I'll keep it in mind. Alright, onward we go to victory. Hopefully. Alright, let's go see what other men we have available. A rat catcher. Is this a mason? Yes, we have a mason here. That's not going to be too bad. And a miner. Miners are usually pretty hardy. Alright, so do we go with the mason? No, I think we're going to go with Thor's. We're going to go with these two. We're going to hire you, and we're going to hire... And you're a messenger. That's interesting. Actually, I might hire the messenger, too. There's a reason for that, and I'll explain it in a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Not quite yet. Alright. So we have these folks here. You, sir. Oh, you're going to be my ranged unit. Never mind. You don't need to carry that. You're going to have this. You're going to have this. You are going to become another frontliner. You're going to be on the back line. You're going to be on the back line as well. Something along those lines, I think, is what we're going to do. Yeah, it should be fine. Alright, let's go take a look at the marketplace. Sell that. I'm going to sell these. Alright, so what I need is a bow, which I don't have. Well, that's not great. Well, that kind of ruins my little strategy here, doesn't it? Well, we're going to get slightly better armor there. It's not great, but it's a little bit better than what we have. I suppose I could use a pitchfork. We can get a quiver of arrows here, too. Let's go. Is this an armorer? It's not a weaponsmith. Alright. We'll pay for a round for our men so they can be less hateful, I guess. Alright, so there we go. And then let's go check the armor. Pretty sure that we can't really... Yeah. Can't really afford most of this. Maybe we can afford one of these. That's going to put us pretty low down. Alright, we're going to come back over here. We are going to outfit you, not in your weird blanketed clothing. We're going to give you the Lemalamalar harness. It's going to be fine. We're going to get rid of... I guess you get to... Is this better than the blanket? No, the blanket's better than that. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to give you the blanket. I'm going to give you this. And we have a robe and we have a sackcloth. Not great. Everybody else is a little bit better off. Ooh, a rugged surcoat. Might actually not be too bad. Let's give that to Trenton. He doesn't necessarily need that. Put this on you. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, good sir. You will take this. And then we have all the stuff that we can either hold on to or sell. Oh wait, did I not do... No, I did that wrong. My bad. I totally did that wrong. Bad Bumpy is bad! Yeah, he is. Alright, there we go. Now it's done correctly. Alright, I guess we can hold on to those two things. We need to head back over and get the bow. We needed to return to Merewick anyway, so it's fine. We're getting pretty close to ending the first episode, guys and gals. Now, this is going to be a pretty regular series. I was originally considering doing like 5-6 episodes as what's going to be happening on the channel come the future is I plan to do Throwback Thursdays, which is going to essentially be games that are kind of old school feely, whether they're games like RPG Maker games such as Shadows of Adam or Unhappy Ever After. There's a few that are like that. Whether it's going to be that situation or they actually are old school games. I'm going to play those on Thursday, and that's going to be all that I upload on Thursdays. And then Friday is going to be a Focus Friday. Whatever game I feel like playing a bunch, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to play that one game and upload all those. And then that way, hopefully I'll be able to get through some stuff, make headway on things. There's still going to be some daily episodes throughout the rest of the week and whatnot. So you should still get a pretty wide variety of content, but it'll also be a little bit more focused on a few days. I think it's going to be good. My streaming's going to change. Not this coming week, but the following week. I'm going to be streaming only on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. It's going to be a little bit longer of a stream, so a bunch of stuff is changing on the channel. Anyway, I thought about doing Focus Friday today, but instead I decided I'm just going to do 1, maybe 2 videos of this and upload that and just kind of do it daily and then see where it goes. Chances are I'll probably do this next Friday. If not, maybe I'll just slow play it and enjoy it because I don't want to rush through it. We've done a lot of just kind of checking out new stuff and just kind of putting our toe in the water type situation. I want to enjoy this to its fullest. I want to just play it and just have fun with it and not rush anything. So that's going to be how it goes, guys and gals. That's going to be how it goes. Alright, Torbjorn of Merewick is pacing back and forth when you find him. The healer who'd damn near killed you with a fire poke is standing nearby. He's picking chunks of dried blood out of his fingernails. Torbjorn of Merewick claps his hands. Let's call him Toby, okay? That's just going to be it. We're not going to say of the town anymore. Finally, you're here. I have good news. We got a hold of one of Hogarth's former men. Okay. My good friend here had a nice little talk with the man, and now I know where Hogarth's licking his wounds. The healer clears his throat, splaying his fingers out like a maiden looking to paint them. He speaks as though he's identifying a disease he is about to excise. The brigand known as Hogarth is hiding in a small hut on the hills to the northwest of here. Based upon my most civil discussion with one of his men, Hogarth knows the Phreak show is on his heels and will have gathered more men since the last time you met him. Nodding, Toby waves you off. Good luck, Sellsword. We'll return with his head, is what we say. Also, guys and gals, I have the music up a little bit louder than I do in most games because, for one, the music track and the soundtrack is awesome, and it's just really good, so I enjoy listening to it. I know a lot of people do as well. It is Breakdown Epiphanies is the music creators for Battle Brothers. Also, if you guys heard at the beginning and at the end of this video, that is my intro-outro music. That is also performed by Breakdown Epiphanies. They made it for me. They are awesome. I love them. Shout out to them. Keep going, Patrick and Dennis. Keep going. You guys are awesome. I wish you the best. Alright, we'll return with his head soon, but not yet. Alright, I believe there was a short bow here. Yes, there was. Okay. So that's going to put us in an okay spot. I still think I need to get a weapon. No, you know what? I said he's going to be a brawler. He's going to be a brawler, so... You asked for it, Senor Antros. You asked for it. You now have it. It is a thing. So there he is. The bundle of javelins. I could give you a shield, I suppose. You know what I'm going to do? Do I want to do that? I feel like if you just brawl... if you just brawl and you don't have the buckler... I feel like... you're going to do better. Experience gain, okay. Fearless, good resolve. And got drunk with the company, joined a mercenary company. Has a 50% chance to start the battle at confident morale. Cool. Let's get him the buckler. It's this thing right here, right? Yeah, let's get that. I mean, we'll get him something. Can't let him be completely defenseless. And we'll just get him a stick, too. So he has that. We have some stuff here laying around. We don't want to spend all of our money. If you guys have never played this before, you're checking it out for the very first time, you don't want to spend all of your money because you have to be able to afford to pay your people. Right now it's 55 crowns per day. We can pay them for 5 more days. However, I think we can probably afford to bring one more person along for this. I'm going to sell off the sackcloth. And while it's going to be a little bit questionable, it's probably still going to be okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to hire one more person. And that's... oh, can we though? Yeah, we're going to do it. Super risky. If it's midday, we're going to be in trouble. But I think we'll be okay. I think we will be okay. Alright, let's go take a peek at our boys here. Let's go take a look. Alright, so we have you. You're going to come down here, my friend. You are going to have this. We have some nets available to us, which are pretty decent. Yeah, we'll put this on the field. We'll get rid of that. You have the pitchfork, which is great. We go over here to Antros, the Never Living. Do that. And we're even going to put this on him, too, in case he needs an actual weapon. And it should be okay. I think I might do that. Something along those lines. I don't know. That might not be the best play. It might be okay. We'll see. On top of all that, let's see. Who else can we throw a net on? Maybe... no, you can't use the net and your axe. That's what I figured. We can hold a net with you, I suppose. And you can probably also hold a net, because why not? Because why not? Alright, in fact, what we could do is start with yeah, start like that. I like that. It's good. Alright, let's name our other people, guys and gals, and then let's break off the episode. Like I said, the first episode, it's kind of always going to start roughly the same. So sometimes the battle will go better for you, sometimes it'll go worse. But either way, it should all be very familiar, and you know, anytime you play, it'll pretty much start the same way. But as you progress, that's where things become quite the challenge and quite different. Alright, so Thorismund, let's go ahead and change you, friend, to Solar Lancer. That's right, Solar Lancer, the Sleeping. Not really great to have a sleeping person on your front line, but that's okay. Now, let's see here. Alright, see. We'll go with you. You are going to be stoichiometry, which fits, which is amazing. Stoichiometry. Okay. Magic. The magician. There we go. Stoichiometry, the magician. Even though he's not a magician at all, in fact, he's the opposite. He's just some dude who happens to be there. It's cool, though. It's good. And then our messenger is no longer going to be the messenger. It is going to be the Iron Cowboy. I don't know. The outlaw? He's not really an outlaw. He's a cowboy. The law. I'm gonna go a little Stallone there. I am the law. I know that was more Arnold than Stallone. It's fine. Alright, guys and gals, that is the company as we have it here. Hopefully they don't all die horrible deaths in the next one, except Antros. He's expendable. Nobody cares about him. I'm kidding. I actually hope he survives and he proves me wrong. There's a big debate between himself, myself, and a few other selves that we all pretty much think that javelins are horrible wastes of time. They're okay in the early part of the game, but they're not super great. So we're going to prove it here right now, guys and gals. I don't like the jabs very much. Super late game, they can be somewhat useful in certain circumstances, but overall, Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, woo, just enough to pay. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for this first episode. Tomorrow, I will be back with another episode, and probably for the rest of the week. So it's just going to be every day. You're going to see new episodes of Battle Brothers. It's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoy. Definitely hit the like button if you guys can. Comment as much as you guys possibly can. Let's make this video the #1 video once again for Battle Brothers. Shout out to Overhyped Studios. Love you guys. I'm glad you finally made it. And I look forward to seeing your finished baby. Until the very next episode, my name's Bumpy McSquigums. Thank you so much for stopping by the Phreak Show, and I will see you later.